keep you entertained for the next hour or so with a fantastical Frantic podcast.
What are we talking about?
We've got plenty of things. We've got some comic books to talk about. We've got some books to talk about. We've got some TV shows, some movies to talk about. We'll start it off with a little movie that I got to watch, which I believe may have been in my top movies or might have been in my honourable mentions, maybe, I think, for the end of last year. And that is Rental Family, which is Brendan Fraser's new movie.
I've heard a lot of really good things about this.
It was sensational. So basically, the premise is he is a man who lives in Japan. He was an actor. He moved to Japan. He started acting in Japan. He did a famous toothpaste commercial in the stupid costume, flying, all that kind of stuff. And he's just been trying to get roles ever since. And he gets like bit parts here and there and stuff. And his agent calls him and says, "I've got a job for you." And he rocks up to the location, but it's a funeral.
Okay.
And he ends up meeting with the guy who's hired him, and it turns out that this guy runs this thing called Rental Family. I think it might be called a family rentals or some shit it's called. And essentially he runs a rental agency for actors for people to pretend to be someone important to this other person's life. So either it's like a fake girlfriend so that this person can break up with their wife. Or in the case of Brendan Fraser's character, which is the majority of the movie, there's two people. One, he is hired to pretend to be a reporter for a famous actor who's pretty much on death's door kind of thing.
Right.
To talk to him about his life and all that kind of stuff. And then
he gets hired to be
a reporter to pretend to be a reporter thing.
Yeah, okay.
And the other one, which is the main premise of the movie, is he's hired to pretend to be a dad to this girl who they're trying to get her into a prestigious school. And in Japan, if you don't have a dad, you're most likely not going to get into one of these schools. Okay. So they hire him to pretend to be the dad. The girl doesn't know. She thinks he is the dad.
Okay.
And that's the crux of a lot of the story. But it's kind of a movie with...
That's how it evolves in the third act.
It's a movie with a lot of different stories in it, all sort of circulating around Brendan Fraser. Like that's one of the main stories, but then these other ones, and it's all kind of cut through. It's very weirdly done, but it all sort of
comes together
at the end, and it's a very lovely movie. And at the end of it, you kind of sit there and you go, I'm really glad I watched that.
Yeah, okay.
I'm really glad I watched that. And it's just a really, really nice movie, and I highly recommend people should watch it.
Yeah, look, I hadn't really seen too much about it originally, but there's a lot kicking around at the moment just saying it's a really wholesome movie, and just Brendan Fraser at the forefront putting on an amazing performance within it as well.
Oh, he is such a good actor, man. Like, just there's a couple of scenes in it where he cries and stuff, and you look at it and you're like, I believe you are feeling this emotion.
Yep.
Like, very few actors, you see them go from zero to cry, and you're like, I believe you're crying because of this thing that you're meant to be crying about.
Yeah, okay.
Normally, it's just this person is crying.
Yeah, okay.
But no, he's good. He's so good.
Did you ever watch The Whale? With him in it?
Oh, The Whale was so good. It's a hard movie to watch, but it's good.
It's a very hard movie to watch, but yeah, it is quite a good movie. And again, like the way that he's able to twist the emotions at that point in time to whatever it was, like the anger, the angst, to sadness, to self-pity and loathing and all that, and they just turn on a dime, and you're just like,
one
fuck.
scene where he's apologizing to Sadie Sink's character, and he's so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rental Family, highly recommend it, guys. It's a really, really good movie. It's just enjoyable the whole way through.
Cool.
I don't know where you can watch it. I watched it on one of the sites.
One of the websites. I was going to say, now that you've said that, I don't think you went to the cinema, and I don't think it's out yet.
It's a really good movie, and I highly recommend everyone give it a shot and watch it. You'll just sit there and enjoy it, and it's got a nice little bit of Japanese culture and stuff in it.
Okay. So it's all set in Japan.
It's all set in Japan. It's just it's a really good movie. That's all I can really say about it. It's just a really good movie. All right. That's really all about that. Just go out and watch it. If you can, find it on one of the websites or wait till it comes to the cinemas. But yeah, enjoy that shit. Let's talk about a comic book that you want to talk about. And I'm very surprised that you read this. I read this years ago, and I'm very surprised.
So this would be Man Goat and the Bunny Man?
Man Goat and Bunny Man!
So never read it, never really heard of it. It's by Zenascope. I don't
For
know
those
who
of you,
the...
Xenoscope are the ones who do all the Grim Fairy Tales and the Return to Wonderlands and all that kind of stuff, which we talked about like way back in like episode 2 or 3.
There you go. Now, if you follow me on social media, you know why I had a look for this one. But we got goats on our little property just to chew into the land and whatnot. I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to find a comic about goats and have a read just for something random. And this was the first one that was there, and I'm so fucking happy that I found it. It is manic straight off the bat. And
it's fucking out of control, isn't it?
It is out of control, but like, because what I really liked about it is straight off the bat, it sets the scene with like a bloody, gory mess of a story where the bunny is just, you can see rage and bloodlust in his eyes, holding an axe. And then the next scene is just like him decapitating one bloke. The goat man shoots another one in the leg, blows it off, and as well as some other things that fall along those lines. And then once that's all done, it cuts back to a panel of the bunny man, and he looks around the room with like his whole artistic approach to him has changed to this innocent, like only do good bunny in the mid, covered in blood, just going, it happened again, didn't it? And you're like, oh shit! Like, fuck, that's the twist straight off the bat. Because like either the way you're thrown into it, you kind of think that they're going to be the antagonist rather than the protagonist.
Yep.
And you're like, okay, yeah, cool, I can follow this along. But then the way it twists right there, you're like, oh no, they're the protagonists in this. And then it follows along brilliantly, in my opinion, the way that it is the man goat being more man than goat, better than bunny man because he's more bunny than man. And he's like, hey, look at me, I'm the big buff guy who gets all the ladies and stuff like that. And you can't because you're a bunny. And it just, and that's as simple as it is, but the way the little one-liners and the quips that it go through, it's just like, oh, that poor bunny.
It's a fantastic comic, man. And like, I haven't read it in a long time. I read it when it first came out.
So it was like, it's not too old. The one that I seen, it seemed like it came out like 2019, 2020, something like that. It's got. So the one that I read was issue 1 of 3 for sort of that first run of stories. I haven't read 2 and 3 yet. And then it looks like there's kind of 3 stories, so to speak, or 3 sets of 3 issues. It sets itself up really nicely in the first issue, like with the banter. It has that dark nature around it. It's got all the cryptids and stuff. They have an awesome chat with Bigfoot. It is just a funny interaction. Like, as they're off in the forest and Bigfoot sort of creeps up on him and scares him. The panel is him, like, Bigfoot jumping out behind him and them going, fuck. And then the next panel is, Bigfoot, what the fuck you doing that for, man? Leave us fuck alone. And then they go off and have a chat and a beer or whatever. It's so randomly done.
It came out in April 2021.
There you go, 2021. Yeah. And like, so yeah, it's got cryptids. It's got a cult, which is sort of shown in and amongst it. It's got bounty hunters of cryptids, and like you can see the way that they're setting up to build not a massive world, but enough different things to carry you through it. And yeah, highly recommend, because it was just super, super fun.
Yeah, so it looks like you got Man Goat and the Bunny Man, issues 1 to 3.
Yep.
Man Goat and the Bunny Man Spring Special, which is Zenascope love to do their specials.
Yep.
Then you got Beware the Pig Man, which is a 1 to 3 issue.
Yep.
And then you've got Eggs and Blam, which is a specific issue highlighted in the 20, which is like the newest one.
Yeah. So that's Green Eggs and Blam.
Yeah. And I believe it's been a while since I've read Zenascope stuff, but I believe they do appear in some of the crossover issues, because Zenascope do universal crossovers. Yep. Where like Grim Fairy Tales being their primary series, which is each issue is, well, it started off as each issue was a Grim Fairy Tale told as the Grim version of it, but it's like a lady giving a fairy tale book to someone who's in trouble, and it kind of, the story relates to their life.
Yeah, okay.
But then, like, if they don't change what they've been doing, the things in the book essentially will kill them.
Yeah, okay.
Kind of thing. And it goes on, and eventually you find out that she's actually Snow White.
Yeah.
And then, but all some of the other characters they've helped, they go on to become like Robin Hood, Cinderella. Like Cinderella becomes like an assassin.
Very quick fucking side note that just came into my head. Yep. The Death of Robin Hood, the movie coming out with Hugh Jackman, looks fucking
Oh,
insane.
yeah.
Sorry, just, yep. Well, welcome to our journey.
Yeah. And also then you've got, so the Grim Fairy Tales main one, then the spin-offs of that, which is like Cinderella and all that kind of stuff. Then you got the Wizard of Oz one that they do. And then I think it's just called Oz. Then you've got the Wonderland series, which are fucking phenomenal.
So because they're the ones that I've read. I haven't really read too many of the other
ones.
So
you got the main 3 books, which and then it went into a weekly one as well, which is really good as well. And there's a heap of specials and all that kind of stuff of that. And then there's Neverland, which was really good as well, where Peter Pan's the baddie.
See, that'd be a sick
Peter
take
Pan's pretty much, he becomes Hook in it.
That's a sick take.
And it's really good. You got like Sinbad. So pretty much all those old tales that are all IP free, they've turned into comic books and stuff, and they're fucking phenomenal. There's so many of them as well. And then they do big universal crossover where the devils comes up and it's trying to destroy the world and all this kind of stuff. So all the fucking fairy tale superheroes have got to come and stop it. And yeah, it's really, really good.
For how much I've enjoyed the ones of Zenascope that I've read, I should get into the world more. I find myself swaying quickly back out of it.
It is one of those ones, and I do chuck this out there just because it is a warning, like some people don't like this. It is one of those ones with over-sexualized characters.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of the female characters, they are very over-sexualized. Like a lot of comic books from back in the day, they've just sort of continued that thing on. The storytelling is phenomenal if you can get past that part.
Yep.
If you can't, probably not for you then.
Yep.
But speaking of comic books, we have talked about this before, but we'll continue on because you wanted to delve a little bit deeper into it.
Yeah.
But that is the Last Ronin film has officially been cancelled.
Yeah.
I think about 6 weeks ago, 7 weeks ago.
No, I think it was actually around November, early December or something like that we first seen that it had been cancelled. I was devastated because this was one that I was really, really looking forward to. Like the story is incredible. Straight out of the bat, they came out and said, "Hey, we're doing the Last Ronin. By the way, it will be R." And you're just like, "Oh, thank you so fucking much." And then when we were talking about this, it was like early last year, maybe even late the year before, whenever it was. It was ages ago.
I think it might have been about mid last year.
Sure. Either way, it was ages ago. And then around the late November, December period, we found out that it had been cancelled. And then we're kind of like, for fuck's sake. Like, for how much you see it coming in and then getting cancelled and that sort of stuff, you're like, it pisses you off. And then a week, maybe 2 weeks after that, they're kind of like, but we cancelled it because we're still doing a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle thing, but we're going back to another family-friendly, all-inclusive, et cetera, et cetera. I'm like, you know what? I would have much rather have just known that they were doing the family-friendly Teenage Mutant Turtle, whatever show that they were going to do. Whether it's movie, TV, whatever. I'm pretty sure it was a movie. Instead of going, hey, exactly.
Hey, you can have this, but no.
Exactly. And it would have been because the R-rated Ronin would have cornered the market in some way, shape, or form. Yes, it would have done well, but it would not have done as well as what a PG
but in all honesty, we don't need another family-friendly Ninja Turtle.
No, we don't.
Like we've had.
They just did one.
We had
or they're doing one now or whatever.
We had the live-action TV show from back in the day where they brought in Venus, the female turtle. Do you remember that one?
No, I can't remember that.
Then you had obviously the original 3 Ninja Turtle movies, which were
like the
fucking classics. Go Ninja, go Ninja, go Ninja. Vanilla Ice, baby.
A little tidbit for that one, which I love, is that each one of the actors who dressed up in the turtle costumes, they also had a cameo within the movie as it carried through.
Because I know they didn't voice them.
Yeah, so each one who was dressed up, they also had a cameo in some point in time through the movie. And one of the funnier ones is the guy who comes through to, like early in the movie when Michelangelo orders pizza.
Yep.
So the pizza delivery guy is him delivering pizza to himself, technically, like the way that... So yeah, I thought that was super cool.
Because I know the Coreys did the voices for Michelangelo and Raphael.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So Corey Haim and Corey Feldman.
Yeah.
For our younger audience, they're actors from back in the day. One of them's gone crazy and thinks he's Michael Jackson now, and the other one's dead. Yeah. So you had those 3 movies. Then we've had the 2 Michael Bay things, which
were fine.
Yeah. The second one had one of the best scenes out of any Ninja Turtle film where they're on the elevator and they're...
Oh, yeah. but the problem is they gave you that in the fucking trailer, so you'd seen it already.
Then we had Seth Rogen. Oh, we had an animated one.
In amongst that, we had an animated one, which was fucking incredible.
That was really good. Then we had the
TV series.
Seth Rogen most recent one,
which is that
the kind of stop motion-y style animation.
Which is, I haven't watched it, but the animation is awesome.
Oh, it looks fantastic. The story's
meh.
So it's good because it brings in Krang.
Yeah, okay.
Krang's the big bad in it from memory, and it's actually Krang, not Ninja Turtles 2 Krang.
Yeah, sure.
But it's enjoyable. I think leave the family stuff to that.
Yeah.
If you want to make live action, give us we grew up in this shit. You read the original comics, and the original comics
brutal.
are brutal as fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
And
the Ronin was literally just a continuation of that. Like it was a kickstart, so to speak, and it was an amazing kickstart for the next comic run or the next generation with the new Turtles and whatnot.
Fun fact: there's an episode in, I think it might be the latest Ninja Turtles, where they travel into different dimensions, and they meet the different iterations of the cartoon.
Oh, nice.
So they meet like mine and your cartoon Ninja Turtles with the L and stuff on their belts and shit. And then they travel into another world, and they're in there. It's all black and white and stuff. And then the original Ninja Turtles drop down, and they're all fucking just hardcore. Who are you? I gotta kill you. It's this is awesome.
So I suppose the reason that I thought I'd bring it up again is a bigger conversation around too much information and the way that we're getting all of this information so early. Like back in the day, you would you'd get a trailer, and then you'd get a movie, you'd get keen, and then you'd get a movie a little while after because
you'd get a trailer, and then you'd get another trailer, maybe 2 weeks out.
Yeah, exactly. Just sort of, hey, remember how we told you this movie's coming? We told you But the thing again, the first trailer would have been within 6 months of the movie coming out, or maybe even less. And it's because the movie was finished. We just had timing around when it was going to actually hit the cinema and whatnot, and so you could watch it. So it was there, it was done, it was happening. You got a trailer, you watched it, you got excited, you got reminded with a second trailer closer to it coming out, and you're like, fuck yeah, that's right, let's book in, let's go see it, watch it, yada yada yada. Whereas now, 3 years in advance, you find out that, hey, we're gonna do a movie. We've locked it in, we're doing a movie. And then 12 months later, you're like, oh, we've got fucking script issues, so we've delayed it by another year. It's like, okay. And then, oh, we've finished the script. Sweet. But we've lost our main actor. And then it's and that happens so much and so often and so frequently that you get excited for something. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Last Ronin.
Yep.
And then by the time, 6 months later, it's swept from under your feet. And to be quite honest, it would not fucking surprise me if this other iteration that they're going for now, it wouldn't surprise me if that falls over as well.
I reckon it probably will.
And that's what I mean. Too much information, way too early. We're in a world right now where everybody wants everything fucking now. But the problem with everyone wanting everything now is that sometimes you get this little fucking tidbit of information that's super exciting, doesn't lead to anything.
And it just makes people complain.
Exactly. Constantly. So it's a vicious cycle.
And I like the days of pre-Facebooky, just Facebook starting internet, where you had comic book news and stuff that did things for comic book movies and stuff like that. But it was rumors that someone who may have been on set saw something and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And it was just simply a rumor. There was no but it was a sort of verified rumor. That people would, instead of some dude on the internet is going, oh, I saw today, fucking Mark Ruffalo fired for his comments at the Oscars.
And it's
no, he's not. You've simply just made that fucking up.
See, that's the world of clickbait. Some of that clickbait is
but that's most of the shit now.
But it is
most of this information we get early, and this is part of the problem.
Yeah, it's very entertaining, the clickbait stuff. It's when there is that hint of truth to it.
Yeah.
And that hint of truth means the studios go, fuck, and then go, right, we need to announce it because someone found out about it. We need to be the first ones to say what's going on. And And I mean, that was one of the things that we spoke about when they did Marvel did the Doomsday cast release. It's we didn't need that. I understand why they did it. They did it because they wanted to be the ones to say, hey, look at this fucking cast we've got. Get excited. I get that. But if they had have just left it to rumors and shit happening and going on and whatever, it would have been like, you know what? We found out that these people are potentially going to be in there. And then if they are or aren't, you kind of like, you get excited for what may or may not occur. Like, but anywho.
I mean, in fairness to it, once it has done something good. And that was Sonic.
But that was
We got the trailer.
That was a trailer though.
Yeah, so, we got the trailer, but then
the internet fixed it.
The internet fixed it. That's the only time anything like coming out in the internet, because the internet's the problem for all of this. In fairness, we're on the internet. You should subscribe.
Thank you. Please follow us along our internet
if
journey.
all this stuff we're complaining about didn't exist, we wouldn't have a show.
Exactly.
But like they fixed Sonic.
But I do know that there was this massive like internet push behind all of that. It would be interesting to know if what do they do when they get the early feedback and whatnot, where they sort of show a limited section of it to a limited amount of people.
Yeah, so
like an early, it's not an early release, it's something else where they're just testing the waters.
Feedback.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yep.
It would be interesting if that was the actual trigger, but they sort of released it a little more widespread after that. And then again, it just comes down to like a leak perhaps that, hey, all this steamroll.
Yeah, I like leaks.
In any case, you're right. That did go down the right way and fix something that was quite poor. But that's one thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was one thing only, and that was it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was a good thing.
It was a great thing that they did. Yeah, to end this, too much information. It's getting fucking ridiculous. I just want to go to a time when you could find out something's coming, get excited about it, watch it, enjoy the shit out of it, and fucking be done. I'm going to be very interested to see Doomsday with what they're doing with their trailers at the moment, because I think they're trying to rewrite too much information early. In my opinion, I think they're going about it in a way that is going to be very interesting when the movie comes out. I think it's going to be a very different take as to what they're doing. I genuinely believe they are writing a new way to sort of amp up and release it.
I reckon they're trolling the fuck out of everyone.
100%.
From the get-go. Even with that fucking chair thing, I reckon they're trolling the fuck out of people from the get-go. Like, some of those people are going to be in the movie for like fucking 2 seconds.
I genuinely reckon that, yes, I agree with that. But one of the things that's kicking around now is like, hey,
Doomsday's in all those trailers?
Doomsday's begun.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
and then we're not actually going to see what with those like teaser trailers. We're not going to see that because it's happened.
They're parts that's part of the movie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And
well, apparently Doom is in those trailers. I haven't gone back and looked at it because it's just way too much effort. But apparently Doom is in the trailers somewhere in all 4 of the trailers.
That's pretty cool. I might actually
supposedly
go and look at that. I like that theory, and I do. It's one
and again, we iterate. Watch the fucking X-Men one. The Cyclops scene at the end. Oh,
so fucking good.
So good.
Watch that many, many times.
Yep.
But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens when that does come out. Like, have they gone about it super, super smart in how they're trying to release and rewrite that like piece? Like, is this stuff that is basically these 4 teaser trailers are going to be like the first minute of the movie and then we're into it? Like, is that sort of how it's going to happen, or are we not going to see any of that those scenes whatsoever? Because hey, we showed you them because the Doomsday has already started, it's happening, and then we're just fucking flowing on from there. Like, yeah, king.
Yeah, I look forward to it very, very much, and we don't have long to wait, baby.
No.
Yeah. All right, from Ninja Turtles and Doomsday into something completely different.
Naturally.
Starfleet Academy, Star Trek, the next frontier. So this one, episode in Australia and America and stuff, episode, at the time of recording this, I believe it's only up to episode 2.
No idea.
So this show is canonical with all other Star Trek shows up until about 4 years or something when they've said they're going to reset it all anyway. So this one takes place, it's like 200 years or something after Discovery.
Which is the one that follows Michael, isn't it? Is Discovery the one that follows
No,
Michael?
that's Strange New Worlds.
No.
Oh, no, Discovery is the one with the chick captain. And it's got time travel and stuff in it. And
Yeah, Michael. The girl.
Oh, is that a name? I watched like 2 episodes of it.
Yeah.
I never watched.
I watched a fair bit of that, and that revamped my liking of.
So yeah,
Star
it was
Trek.
good, but Strange New Worlds, that was fucking brilliant.
Yeah, okay.
But a thing that happens at the end of that essentially destroys or destabilizes all of the mineral in the world that they use for warp engines. So
I think that was kind of where I was up to.
So shit goes down. Essentially, the Starfleet Academy goes under, and there's very little space travel, and like wherever they are, they get stuck. But obviously, eventually, they get the warp drives back, etc. And this takes place when they've re-established a Starfleet Academy.
Okay.
And it starts off with She-Hulk is the mother, and she's got her son, and
Scar.
They've
Oh no, that's the cousin. Never mind.
They have been swindled. They're hungry, and they've been swindled by some alien dude, right?
Okay.
And he's a douchebag, and it's Paul Giamatti. And essentially, they get caught, and they're in a little tribunal in this planet with a Starfleet captain, right? Who's the main chick in the show, and she says, "Alien dick, you're sentenced to a penal colony for 150 years, whatever. Fuck off." And this captain chick is some race she's been alive for 300 years already at this point.
Cool.
And then to the mom, she's like, "I'm so sorry. Like, it's the law. I have to say, you've got to go to this other place. Your son will be put into the custody of Starfleet, etc., etc." She gets taken away, and then the kid is sneaky, and does a runner, and then it cuts to 18 years later, and it's him, and he's older, and he's fucking jacked as shit, man. Like, he is jacked, this dude. Props to the actor, man. Jacked. And essentially, he gets caught in prison. And
Actor's name, would you know it? Jack.
No idea. And then the chick gets asked to come back and be to run Starfleet. And she says yes, as long as she can take him with her. And then so they go to Starfleet, and Starfleet is now on this giant ass spaceship called the Athena, which can also disassemble and land on Earth and be a part in San Francisco and be a part of the Academy.
Yeah, right.
On Earth, and it. Some people may not like it. Some people do like it because apparently it's very woke for terms of Star Trek. And then I've watched all the comments and people are like, Star Trek's always been woke, man. Look at all the different types of actors: gay, straight, black, white, Asian. Like,
because I've never watched much of old Star Trek.
Well,
like
I
know, but that's what I mean. Like, I never watched the older Star Trek. Never got into it. But I've heard those exact comments in that it's kind of like, well, it was one of the like original, because it didn't fall into any sort of like predisposed idea. It was just sort of like, we're making fucking sci-fi. Yeah. We've got sci-fi stuff, and we're writing it how we want to.
I think from memory, the first Star Trek had the black. I can't remember what job she had. But she was like one of the first ever lead characters of color and stuff. And,
well, there you
go. But yeah, so this one it's really good, and it gives Stargate Atlantis vibes. Oh, not in that they travel to different planets each week kind of thing, like, but more just in the feeling of it. Yeah, okay. Like, I'm watching it and I'm like, this feels like Stargate Atlantis. It has that joy that Stargate Atlantis has.
Yeah, okay.
And I just really enjoyed the first 2 episodes. And it's kind of it has a continuous storyline, but it is, episode 1 is one baddie, episode 2 is a new problem.
Is there like a underlying?
But yeah, it is like a continuous thing of he's trying to find his mum, and his mum's on a planet that doesn't exist, and blah blah blah. And
so, because I remember seeing the short for it like very quickly. I didn't pay too much attention. It surprises me that you've said that it's so many years after all that sort of stuff, because there was one actor.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming it's like a cyborg or a distant relation, or
it's the chick that was in the Zack Snyder zombie movie. That's the one you're talking about, the comedian?
Yeah.
The short hair?
Yeah.
It was in Discovery. Yeah, she is time displaced.
That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah. So she appears in the second episode, and there's this big thing about how she isn't meant to exist.
Sure, okay.
Because she's out of time, and then she's blah, 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 and stuff like that. And,
that's pretty cool.
But she's an enjoyable, because she brings a little bit of humor to it. as well. And that's one of the things, like, it's all serious, blah, 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 but like space politics and all that kind of shit. But everything has little bits of humor underneath it. And that's what gives it that Stargate Atlantis vibes.
Yeah, okay.
Which I always felt was the more fun show out of the Stargate ones. Like Universe was very serious. SG-1 had bits of fun, but it was more about like the plot storyline kind of stuff, whereas Atlantis was always fun with a little bit of peril, but fun.
See, I don't think I've watched much of Atlantis. Like I grew up on SG-1.
Atlantis was the best.
Okay.
Atlantis,
give it a go.
It was about 5 seasons, the best one. And I mean, you get one of fucking...
Nailing it.
Yep. Jason Momoa. You get one of Jason Momoa's first big roles.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he was in Baywatch, Hawaii. That's how he first started, and then he was in this. He's got like big fucking dreadlocks. And then after this, he was in Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah, okay.
Movie, and then he became super famous in Game of Thrones.
Yep.
But this is what I will always know him as. Like, this was his role. Like, I think he comes in season 3 and he's the main character for the last 3 seasons. Cool. But yeah, it's a really good show. Watch it. It's also got Becky Lynch, the wrestler.
Yep.
She's one of the main crew on the bridge, and she's got this Scottish accent, and she's not in it much, but she's in it
enough.
Yep, she's in it enough. But there you go. So that is Starfleet Avenger. I was looking at the Avenger thing on the screen. It's not Starfleet Avenger. That'd be an interesting mix, but Starfleet Academy. Let's move on to where is it? Let's talk about this one.
Okay,
go for it.
This looks so fucking good. It's
for those of those
Darth Maul. Yeah. He's got what are they calling it? Maul the Shadow Lord. So they released a teaser. It's not long, but
very much a teaser.
It is perfect. We don't need anything more. We don't need to see anything more. It puts Maul back on the screen. Like even the animation that they did to sort of show his quick transition from when he was cut in half by Obi-Wan, and just it goes to the black and red animation of his body falling through a chute, and then him sort of coming back through and whatnot. It just looks incredible. It gives Clone Wars, the animation, that show...
Because he was in Clone Wars, wasn't he?
He was in Clone Wars, yeah. So Clone Wars,
that's
the animation...
when he had the spider legs.
Correct. Spider legs, and he actually, towards the end of it, I think it's actually in the last season, him and Ahsoka have... he has kind of like a monologue to Ahsoka, and she jumps in every now and again. And it's just incredible when he's trying to get Ahsoka to join him, not as his apprentice... But the way it's done, it's like be my apprentice, but not as a Sith to overthrow the Sith. It's really, really fucking well done, and it just gives that real like Maul's a bad guy, but it gives it's not even like a glimmer of light. He's a bad guy doing bad things to bad people.
Yeah,
and it sort of meets the greater good sort of element, I would say, and the teaser it shows Maul given lines here and there. It shows him bringing his lightsaber out, doubling down because he's got the double wield and whatnot. And him just like in a hooded cloak and all sorts. I think the setting of this is after Clone Wars, I think.
Okay, because he also appears as a hologram in the Solo movie.
Yes, right at the end. So I think I haven't read too much into it, but I believe it happens after Order 66 and before the Solo movie, I think. And sort of just fills in a bit of time through there. But we're getting 8 episodes. We're getting the first 2 in April, and then we get 2 every week through to May the 4th when we get the final 2 episodes. Since I seen that they were doing this, I was keen as when I seen the animation style behind it.
Yeah,
it's the same.
Awesome.
Animation is incredible. It's from the same, I can't remember if it was the same producers or same writers behind Clone Wars, which just, I'm like, thank you, because they fucking nailed that show start to finish. If you haven't watched Clone Wars, get off your ass and watch the shit out of Clone Wars. It's fucking incredible, especially season 7 where they bring it all to a head and the way that they infill. Anywho, But yeah, this looks amazing. I am super, super keen. I was keen before. Now I'm really fucking keen for when it comes out. And it's not too far away. April.
So it is set during the dark times of the Empire's rule, which is following the events of the Clone Wars and leading up to Rebels.
Yep.
It explores Maul rebuilding his criminal syndicate in an era near the beginning of Emperor Palpatine's reign, focusing on his quest of revenge.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
There you go. It looks, it just looked very, very pretty.
And the other thing around this is like, because we haven't seen much of Maul at all, this has got something which they can do a lot of seasons of this, just skittered throughout the whole storyline. Because, I mean, let's take Ahsoka, for example. Like, we didn't see her since the Clone Wars, and then she came in with season 1, like Ahsoka season 1, which came out a couple of years ago now, and that was straight into the time of Luke Skywalker after he was a Jedi, and Luke is he's at the start of his journey to train Padawans from memory.
Yep.
It's like that's a massive time gap, which means from that perspective, like Maul, you can skitter him in and through and throughout, and like you can carry him through to that time as well and have him within that story. Like, I don't know, it just gets me really excited that they're delving into this character more because he's an incredible character.
Who's doing the voice?
I think they got Ray Park back.
Well, Ray Park didn't do the voice. Sam
Whitmer.
Did the voice of him in the series.
Yeah, I think it was one of those two. I think, was it something where they had Ray Park involved, but Sam was doing the voice or some shit? Either way, I think they were both involved.
I'm not sure who's doing it. Let's have a look.
Excuse us while we do some Googling.
Darth Maul voice in show. Let's have a quick look. Ray Park is doing the voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
There you go. That's what I must have read then.
It's with voice actor Darth Maul. Nearly all of his animated and recent live-action appearances, including Star Wars Clone Wars.
And will do Shadow.
Shadow. There you go. Okay, so, cool. So he is doing it. And he is a fantastic actor as well. If you haven't seen him, he's in the American version of Being Human.
Cool.
He plays the vampire in the American version of Being Human.
I'm sure that I've seen him in other things, but
I've seen him in a few things. He was in, I think he's in Smallville from memory.
Oh, okay.
In like one of the seasons of Smallville, the later seasons of Smallville. He's been in lots of things as a part actor and stuff. Yep. But yeah, he's really, really good.
Either way, he brings an amazing aura to Maul within the animated realm.
So that one is coming out soon, so make sure you check out that. On to another TV show, and this one is one of my personal favourite TV shows, and that is Shoresy. Now, for those of you who don't know what Shoresy is a show about a guy named Shoresy who plays ice hockey. Season 5 is currently airing. I think the last episode just aired, and they have been picked up for Season 6. It's phenomenal. It is a spin-off of a show called Letterkenny, which is a Canadian show about farmers in Canada, and it is a very, very funny show. It went for 10 seasons, and Shoresy he is played by the main actor of Letterkenny and the writer of Letterkenny, and in Letterkenny he was always had like a dark hockey visor, and you could never see his face, and he always talks real hard, like he just belittles people and like says he fucks their mums and stuff like that, and then goes on the rants about fucking people's mums and shit.
This is something, like Letterkenny was something you guys had talked about a lot, and it was like, right, I'm going to watch the shit out of it, and I would immediately forget to watch it. I still haven't seen shit. I've seen a lot of, because they did the rounds a little while ago on social media, on Instagram, just the reels and whatnot of a bunch of their little skits and stuff like that. Yeah, well,
they have, every episode of Letterkenny starts with like a cold open.
Yeah.
And like some of them are just, it's just word machine guns that come at you. Yep. Like one of the seasons starts where they tell little itty bitty story things of each letter of the alphabet, and it's just amazing to watch.
I need to watch.
And it's just such a good show with great characters. And then Shoresy left. I think it's season 6 or something. Maybe Shoresy left and he moved to play in the No Show in Canada and play ice hockey. And so Shoresy show starts, and you actually get to see Shoresy now because same actor, different show. Yeah. And it's fucking hilarious, man. Like some people may find it fun, may not find it funny. I find it really good because it's ice hockey, but it still is a very funny show. And
just the one-liners.
The one-liners. Weird camera shots of them just punching people and just like the one-liners, give your balls a tug, set the tone. Like when someone gets the man of the match, they get a stick, which is a drumstick ice cream cone and stuff, and it's just hilarious. Watch the shit out of it. Like season 4, they win the cup at the end of season 3. The entirety of season 4 is pretty much them just getting pissed, just going to different places around the county getting pissed. It's so good. But yeah, season 5 is great. It's all about how North American hockey has gone to shit and everyone's become pussies, and then they don't play as hard as they used to and all that kind of stuff. And the European League now is getting physical, and they used to be the ones that used to be pussies and not hit hard.
Sure.
And now this European team has come over and they're beating everyone. And so like Shawsy's not allowed to play anymore, so he's coaching and he's like, let's get a team together and fucking demolish these pricks.
Yeah, right.
And that's what season 5 is about. And it's really, really good.
So it's funny that you mentioned Shawsy, because one of the things that if you've been following along to the shows, we do a little bit of social media screenshots. Now, one of the ones that I seen through the week, I got it because I'm like, I would love to get your feedback on this one. Okay, so hear me out. He's Canadian. He's under 6 foot. He's already in good shape. He's 35, so he's old enough to look the part and young enough to stay in it for 10 to 15 years. He's not super well known, so his fame wouldn't overshadow the role. Marvel has had great success with turning comedic actors into heroes. Chris Pratt, Paul Rudd. Wayne from Letterkenny should be Wolverine in the MCU. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I looked at it and I'm like,
have they given you like an AI image or something?
No, they haven't. They've just got him standing like that in the field, and I'm like, I can see it. Like
people would complain because he's not short,
of course.
But
they've said under 6 foot. I mean, Wolverine is under 5. But Hugh's fucking tall as. I mean, they'll work it out. I mean,
well, he's not just a comedic actor. He had another show with some of the people that were in Letterkenny where he played a cop.
Yeah,
and like it was a very serious show.
Right. Well, he's got the range then.
And yeah, he's good.
So he's got the range. Other than the snippets that I've seen from Letterkenny of him, with just seeing like that comedic sort of one-liners and whatnot, reading all that, I'm kind of like, oh yeah, sweet. But then the shot is just him standing out in the frame, out in the field, sorry. And then you've got Wolverine underneath, and you just look at it, you're kind of like, oh, I can definitely see it. I don't know him as an actor to know whether he would be able to fit into that role as a whole. Sounds like he could, based on what you just said, but. Yeah, I'm like, fucking, I love the idea.
And he nearly every episode of Letterkenny, he punches someone.
Well, there you go.
He fights.
Just add some
like that's the premise of like
knives
the first,
out of the back of
the first season of Letterkenny is his girlfriend leaves him, and so he goes into a depressive state and doesn't want to fight anyone.
Yep.
And he used to be classed as the best fighter, and then all of a sudden, like all these people want to come and challenge him. He's like, no, and then eventually it's like, fuck it. Yep, let's go. And so just people wanted to challenge him, and he just goes like, fights. When they come, they're like, you're not allowed to come down the driveway. Meet at the end of the driveway. Hang up the phone, walk out, and they're like, lights a cigarette, walks up, one punches him, comes back, has a drink. So, all right, and they always shake hands afterwards. It's fucking brilliant.
All right.
It's very, very good. Yeah, so Shawsy and Letterkenny, watch them. But yeah, new season of Shawsy, nearly finished, and it's renewed for season 6, which is phenomenal.
Sweet.
And that will take me on to another show I want to talk about. This is a Pluribus. This is on Apple TV. Now, everyone was fucking raving about this show. It's sci-fi.
Okay.
So everyone was fucking raving about this show. And I'm like, okay. I'll give it a go. And basically, this show is Invasion of the Body Snatchers. So they get some code from outer space, and they create this code because it's a code for a genome. They create it, and then it turns out to be a virus, which essentially takes over the person's body, and then that makes them spread it, and they're all happy and stuff, but it turns out to be a single mind organism. So everyone loses their consciousness and all that kind of stuff, and they all become a singular entity.
So basically it is a rehash of most of the sci-fi element movies and shows.
So the Borg from Star Trek, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, which is like one of the first ones.
I'd actually be interested to watch this for one main reason, is that the other big one on Apple TV at the moment as a TV show is Invasion. It's the same fucking thing. Like they're a hive mind type creature. Where it's not the same as like it's a virus that spreads and whatnot, but it's still a hive mind alien creature that's there to sort of do what it's doing.
This one takes over the entire planet within like 48 hours, except for 11 people.
Right.
And no one knows why it hasn't taken them over.
Yeah, okay.
And it follows this one chick, and essentially she's a book author. Her wife or girlfriend or wife, can't remember, dies at the end of the first episode.
So the assumption is that they're immune.
Yep. And so the girlfriend or wife, she gets taken over, but she dies. So a lot of people die because of it.
Sure.
And then eventually it's all about this hive mind trying to make her happy so they can eventually figure, and they're very open with her, and we're trying to figure out a way to turn you, and we just want to make you happy and all this kind of stuff. And she's just a grumpy motherfucker and just grumpy for the whole time. But then if you get
fair enough, she's one of 11 left.
But if she gets too aggro at the hive mind, they all start seizing, and it's every single person around the world starts seizing. And the first time she does it, she's like, the hive mind comes back, and because there's one specific hive mind that she's talking to mainly.
Sure.
And the hive mind's like, some people died because of that. And she's like, how many? And she doesn't really say. And it's like 10.
Yeah. Okay.
1,000. And it's like 11 million people died because of it. And sort of thing. And there's one dude, one of the survivors, pretty much he's like, I want Air Force One to fly around in. I want all of Vegas to live in and all that kind of stuff. And, but you mainly focuses on this one chick, and she's very grumpy for a lot of it. And just as you expect she would be, but it's just.
So you got one person who's naturally grumpy.
I didn't need to watch 3 episodes of a person being grumpy.
Yeah, okay.
Right? It's 9 episodes or 8 episodes. Essentially, the entire story of the show could have been told in 2 episodes. Because they do these really long fucking things of not doing anything and just cuts and and it's very boring. And look, in honesty, the show was done better by Rick and Morty. The episode where Rick and the hive mind chick get together and they get drunk and stuff and they're in love and all that kind of stuff. That is basically the premise of this show, but done better. Watch it if you want to watch it.
Rick and Morty, of course, it's done better.
it's nicely shot. It's an interesting story. A fun part is at one point she needs something explained, so they hire John Cena. They get John Cena to explain it because John Cena is part of the hive mind. So just John Cena's explaining it, and you're like, oh, okay, it's John Cena. There you go. But yeah, it's just it's interesting. Other people may like it. I personally have seen shows that have done it better.
So you fucking hate it, but you just don't want to.
No, I didn't hate it. Like I rate it like a 7 or 8. Like it was a good show.
Okay.
It's just I've seen shows that have done it better.
Sure.
And
it was too long.
It was just not enough story to fill out 8 episodes.
Yeah, okay. One and done, or they'll be back for season 2?
Apparently, they got picked up for season 2, but they reckon it's not going to come out for a couple of years.
No, naturally.
And the chick who's the main actor, she said they want to do like 8 seasons of it.
Jesus.
I think the guy who writes it and the main actor are husband and wife.
Okay.
I think. But yeah, it's
whatever.
It's all right. Like people raved about it. Raved that it was like the best show to come out in years.
Yeah.
But yeah,
there's always people who rave about just about every show being the best.
That's correct. From one show onto a book you wanted to talk about. Let's talk about Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Right. So
this looked interesting. I looked it up after you shared this. I was like, all right.
So thank you to the Viking, Phil, who we had on our show last week. If you haven't watched that episode or listened to that episode yet, we did, Zach and I did the Mega Evolution Pokemon Master Set race with him. He recommended this book at a point in time during the race that we were doing. And I said, yep, sure, I'll get onto it. I'm reading the Stormlight Archive. I've got about 6 years left to just finish this book because it's fucking huge, and then I'll read Dungeon Crawler Carl. Anyways, I finished Stormlight Archive during the holidays, and I picked this up about a week and a half ago. It is fucking wild. It is incredible. It is ridiculous fun.
So there are a couple of them, aren't there? When I tried to find the image, it looks like there's a couple. Yeah,
I think there's about 6 out now. I'm not sure when the first one came out. I don't think they've been out for that long. I think this one came out in like 2020-ish, maybe 2019. I've been told after reading so much of the first one that it's better as an audiobook. It's actually like people would recommend far more to listen to it, just because of the people who do it. It's awesome, fun to listen along and whatnot.
It's 6 sequels, so 7 books.
7 books. Yeah. So the premise, which happens all within the first several pages, is that aliens have come to Earth. They're here to mine Earth for its resources, whatever said resources are, to make money within their own conglomerate. To do so, they flatten everything with a roof. So if it's a building, if it's a car, if it's a shed, a port, whatever, basically everything gets flattened to ground level. Any person, animal, thing inside gets flattened with it. They are now gone. If you are outside in the open, you're fine. Now, after everything's flat, there are portals or doorways that sort of open up all over the planet. An alien comes into their mind and says, hey, if you want to live, come into the dungeon. 18 levels, you can fight it out and see how you do. And if you get to the 18th level, Earth's yours. So they go into this guy, the main character, Carl, and
who has just been cheated on by his girlfriend and left the cat Princess Donut.
Kind of. He hasn't actually found out. Sorry, they've broken up at the start. She's left, but I don't think he knows about the cheating until like a little bit further into the book. But
spoilers.
It gets revealed in an awesome way, which I'm going to just fucking say it anyway. The book's like 6-7 years old, so it's not that much spoilers. But yeah, so voice comes into their head, says, hey, come into the dungeon, 18 levels. You get to the 18th level and win. Earth's yours. So he goes with the cat, Donut, or Princess Donut, sorry. Goes into the dungeon, and then they're on level 1, and then just starts to progress through there. And then it's kind of like they get a HUD, so they get a heads-up display, which shows them like achievements, achievement boxes. They get loot crates and all sorts of stuff, and it talks you through the way that it's literally like a fucking D&D video game that you're being taken through their story within the dungeon. But the other kicker is that it's kind of like your Battle Royale or your Hunger Games or whatever, because within this conglomerate, they are airing it as a TV show for other people to watch and get involved and bet and sponsor the people who have gone into the dungeon as they progress through. So it's just kind of taken a whole bunch of ideas and just thrown it into a pot, and it's come out in this thing, which is fucking incredible. Nice. But the reason I say, like with the cheating factor, and how Carl finds out about it is through a couple of things that happen before they get into kind of like the what would you call it, like the explanatory lobby. Like, this is what happens.
The waiting room.
The waiting room. Yeah, kind of like the waiting room. So you go into the dungeon, and as soon as you go in, you can encounter things before you get to the waiting room. So on your way to the waiting room, you can get fucked up. And they get into the waiting room, and during that time, like, he kills a couple of goblins and something like that. Gets in there, he's won a few loot boxes, and one of them is some sort of treat for Princess Donut, the cat. The cat eats it. The cat gets all these amazing abilities, gets a massive fucking stat boost. So everyone gets stats: strength, charisma, wisdom, health, all those types of things. And the massive stat boost, but it also allows Princess Donut to talk. So the cat's now talking through the whole thing, which is fucking incredible. But one of the things that she just goes out and says super casually is like, oh yeah, when you're off doing that, and Princess Master Beatrice has got the other guy coming through so that they can have some fun in the bedroom and stuff. Like, she just puts out one-liners like that. You're like, oh, that's Carl finding out about that guy. But then later on, it trickles it in and is like, oh yeah, with well, I mean, you've already found out that she's cheating on you with 2 other people, and he's like, 2? Where the fuck did the other guy come from? And it's crass as well. Like, it's got swearing littered throughout it. But there's also things where, like, if they get like a kill of a goblin or something like that, the achievement come up, and it's a super smart ass AI that's sort of saying that you've got the achievement. Yep. So it'll come out and say, oh, look at you. You murdered a goblin. He was just trying to get home, you fuck. It says stuff like that through the book as well. So it's super entertaining. It's a wild ride. Like, the writer behind it has done it very, very well. There was one, I've laughed several times through the book. There's this one line, it ends the chapter with...
The writer is Matt
Dinnerman. Yeah, and he ends the chapter with I lit the wick of the dynamite and I threw it into the room, hoping that as it landed, it wouldn't explode. The start of the next chapter is it exploded. Like just simple shit like that. I was pissing myself. But yeah, and several other things. It's super, super fun. The story's well written. It's a little bit heavy on the, I wouldn't say the world building, but the explaining of how video games kind of work.
Okay.
It's a little bit heavy on that.
That's fair because not everyone's a video game
Exactly. But it very quickly, it's able to balance between that and shit happening. So you get the explanatory piece, you're like kind of, okay, I'm over this now. And it's almost like he knew that we were over it now, so he gives you something to delve into. So really, really good balance from that perspective. I've been reading it for about a week. I'm about halfway through. It's a really, really cool book.
444 pages it is.
It's awesome fun.
So the first book is Dungeon Crawler to Carl. Second one is Carl's Doomsday Scenario. Third is the Dungeon Enikus Cookbook.
Yep.
Fourth is The Gate of the Feral Gods. The fifth is The Butcher's Masquerade. Six is The Eye of Bedlin Bride. 7 is The Inevitable Ruin. And 8 is a Parade of Horribles.
Oh, and they're not out yet.
It's
not out yet.
It's come this year, May 12th. This one, number 8 comes out.
Yeah.
It looks interesting. I'm very, very interested, and I'll probably jump in on this shit.
Yeah, 100%.
Sounds interesting. Looks interesting.
I'm gonna, once I finish this one, I think I'll download the audiobook and have a crack with the second one with the audiobook. See which one I prefer, because I know me. I know that I'm a preferable of reading, but everyone's telling me to get into the audiobook, so I'll give it a crack.
From a book onto something different. HoloLive the TCG. Now, me and Zach, we had a chance to play this at PAX last year, and we really liked it. And I bought a starter set and a booster box. I only had the one starter set, so I couldn't really play it. And the newer starter sets have finally come out, and I got 2 of them. They shipped in, and me and Brock sat down before we recorded this episode and played a little game of it.
We did indeed.
Now, this game is a very odd theme. It is based on VTubers that are essentially hired by a talent agency in Japan. This is real world stuff. In Japan, called HoloLive. That's the name of the agency that hires them. And these are real VTubers that you can find on YouTube and all that kind of stuff. They've essentially made a game out, the TCG, and all the characters in it are female VTubers. And it plays very similar to Pokemon, with a couple of little differences which make it a much, much better game, in my opinion. And I mean, considering no one actually plays Pokemon. So basically, you both get a VTuber as your main character. And then you build your deck based around that, really. And you have 3 cards. You have debut cards, which are basically your basic character. And then you have first and second levels. And just like Pokemon, you have to play your debut or spot or some of the other ones out first, and then you can, on your next turn, you can put a level 1 on it if it's the same name, and then a level 2, and it changes the attacks that it could do, and it changes the health stuff, but it's not always for the better. Like in the what deck I played, there was a first level card that had a health of 230, and then the second level was only 180, kind of thing, which is pretty cool. Also, your mana or your resources aren't in your deck. They're their own little deck, which you get 1 of each turn, which is much better than Pokemon actually being in your deck. You don't have to go, oh, I've got no fucking energy.
But it's also done well in the way that, yes, you get 1 mana straight away at the start, but you also have to apply that mana straight away to one of your... I can't remember. Holoman.
Your character.
Yeah, you got to apply it straight away. So just having that mechanism alone was... It means you have to think about it straight away. Yeah. It's simple at the start. As the game progresses, you're kind of like, ooh, do I want to do that? I don't want to do this, or yeah.
So just like Pokemon, you have your active character, which is out, but they're called your center center character. But then you've got your backbench kind of thing of 5 up to 5 other ones you can have. But the difference here is each turn you can take one of those out and be a collab. And that way you have 2 people attacking, and they can attack either one of your opponents if they have a collab out as well.
What was attacking called again?
Performance.
Performance. That's right. You do a performance,
and you don't do damage. You do
art.
And so basically,
the naming convention is ridiculous. The gameplay is fantastic.
when you attack, eventually you're attacking. You're building up damage, which is persistent. Once a character gets enough damage to equal their HP, they die, and your opponent takes one of their life cards, which are made from their cheers or their resource.
The mana deck.
And then once they take that, they instantly apply it to one of their characters out. And the game just goes on like that until your opponent gets rid of all their life points and you win.
Yeah.
Or you completely deck your opponent, or you wipe all of their characters off the board.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just really good fun.
Simple. When you first read through the rules, unfortunately, it does sound quite rule heavy, and I wouldn't say overwhelming, but it's kind of like, what about this and that? You play 2 rounds, and you're like, got it. It's very simple.
It's one of, like a lot of Japanese TCGs. It kind of assumes that you have knowledge of TCG card games. So some of the stuff you like that a normal board game or card game would explain in a rule book, this kind of just jumps over and just assumes you know how to do that, like Card Fight Vanguard, like all that kind of stuff. It's made by Bushiroad as well. And it's good. It's fun. I enjoy it.
I mean, playing one game, it's something that, I'm glad that you have the starters so that I don't have to buy them.
Like, I'm not going to go out of my way to buy a whole heap of stuff. I'll probably buy more starters and whatnot. But I did buy a booster box, and I probably will get a booster box here and there. But it goes down the unfortunate route of, like most Japanese TCGs, of expensive booster boxes with not very many cards in them.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
For me, like, I know that I wouldn't, because the gameplay was fantastic, but the art was fine.
Yeah, it's not.
It was fine.
I think WeCross has better art because it's very. The
Yes.
art is very similar, and I believe even WeCross had a HoloLive set.
Yes. Did they?
Yeah, so one of their sets they released was HoloLive.
Yeah. Okay.
So all these characters, but I think WeCross has better art.
I agree.
I think WeCross is a little bit of a better game.
It's a
very different game.
Very different. I think it's a little more complex once you're going. I think one of the reasons I quite like this one is that it is simple enough to pick up super quick, but it does still have that little bit of. It's just a little bit more complex than your stock standard sort of simple TCG, if you know what I mean. So there's a couple of things that you need to consider when you're playing through your strategy and whatnot. So I do agree. I prefer WeCross as a whole. I think it's just got more happening to make it more fun each turn. Whereas this one, it would get very samey.
Yeah. In saying, like, if we're going through all the Japanese card games, I think Weiss Schwarz is my favorite of the Japanese card games. I love Weiss Schwarz. I think it's a fantastic game, but it is very much I'm just going to buy a starter set.
Yep.
And just play with starter sets.
Yep.
Because the limited run of the booster boxes and stuff is just fucking ridiculous. And which I understand why. It's all IP rights and all that kind of stuff and licensing, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, it's just so hard to buy booster packs and stuff for it. So I just buy the starter sets, and I only buy the starter sets when it's an IP I actually like.
Yeah.
Like I got a Card Captor Sakura IP just because I loved Card Captor Sakura back in the day. And I've got like an Attack on Titan IP one. I've got Burst Angels, Burst Angel Beats. Sorry, Angel Beats. There's a couple other ones I've got as well. I just can't remember. But yeah, I believe there's a Dan to Dan set that came out or is about to come out. I think it may have come out at the end of the year.
Was that Weiss Schwarz or was that?
That was Weiss Schwarz, yeah.
It was?
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I thought it had the Universus label.
No. It's Weiss Schwarz.
Yeah, okay.
But speaking of universes, we haven't had a chance to play these decks, but I did get 2 decks at a very cheap price for universes. We have talked about this game before. It is a very good game. If you don't know about it, look it up. It's essentially a Street Fighter-esque Mortal Kombat style fighting game, but in a TCG. It's brilliant. So these 2 decks I got are Percy from what's the first Critical Role show?
Oh, Vox Machina.
Vox Machina. And God, I don't know her name.
I wouldn't have
We
a clue.
put the decks away. And one of the characters from the Mighty Nine. What is her name? We're looking here.
While he's looking, I mean, the big thing that I prefer Universus, and if you want to do a comparison of Universus to HoloLive, I think Universus has got far more replayability, and that's you take away like the IP factor, like put that to the side.
Beauregard or Bo.
The IP aside adds to it. It creates an awesome like artistic nature to it, and gives that it gives that collectability around it as well with all the different sets that they bring out. But the gameplay is super fun, super interesting, high replayability, especially because of the way that you need to pay for your actions and moves and whatnot. So yeah, I Universe is incredible. Go get a starter if you haven't. Just fucking go get one.
Just any of the starters. The My Hero Academia card game as well, that is Universes, so that you can play them in Universes.
Yes.
It's just like a rebranded one, but you can play those decks against Universes decks.
You can indeed.
Fantastic. Anything else? Let's jump this one in to finish it off. Let's go back to another book. We've got the Stormlight Archives. Why have we got the Stormlight Archives, Brock? We've talked about it many times.
I would like to say that I've finally finished the Stormlight Archive, but he's bringing more fucking books out.
You finished what is out.
I've finished what is out, and it was fucking amazing. The way, I've said it so many times, the way that he was able to get 10 days of time into 1,500 or thereabouts, but whatever it fucking was, pages of writing was incredible. Yes, there are little bits and pieces where you've got in between where you get flashbacks and stuff like that, but still
1,344 pages.
That is 10 days in. There you go. What was it? 1,344 pages.
Approximately 487,746 words.
And it was, he did it brilliantly. Like you honestly, you start, like you read the book and you go through the story, and by the time it actually says end of day one, you're like, oh fuck, that's right. It was one day. You're like, oh, shit, a lot happened in one day. But it was done so that you knew that this was happening over there, this was happening over here, and they just like spread it around enough that it didn't feel like it was too much within the time frame. You're like, fucking well done. Straight off the bat, Mr. fucking, what's his name? Sanderson. Well fucking done. The story itself, I kind of know why each book got bigger as it went along, because book one, in my opinion, was not so much about building the world and the lore. It was about, here are characters. I'm going to introduce you to those characters, and I'm going to give you stories about those characters and why we're talking about those characters. And then from book 2 and into 3, 4, and 5, they started to build the world further, build the races further, as in like the different races that are within the spaces on Rashar, the land that they're all fighting on and living on and whatnot. So yeah, building the world from there, building the people or races from there, and then starting to build on the lore. And I think one of the main reasons that the book's got so big is because he has spent so much time in the lore and the why things are happening along the way to get to where it is, and to give that explanation of why what has happened. And for me, I enjoy going along that journey. I know you are a little more...
I know I enjoy the journey. It just did not need to be... Like, he just carries the fuck on.
I suppose that's what I'm saying. I don't mind that. Like, I don't mind going along for those because...
You don't need a chapter to explain something when you can explain it in a sentence.
I get what you're saying and why you're saying it. I enjoy the ride. Most times I enjoy the ride. There's other instances where I've read certain things and I'm like, yeah, you fucking carrying on.
He just learnt too much from Robert Jordan.
Potentially. Spoilers. It went in a...
They all die.
No, kind of. It went in a way that I
all a dream.
Didn't expect. No. It went in a way that I didn't expect, because you could tell around I think it was the end of book 3 into book 4, where everyone's kind of getting a little bit OP.
Yep.
Everyone's getting super powerful, and it's like, we've still got a lot to go. Like, how are they going to sort of work this out? Because they're starting to introduce gods, or the idea of gods. These not omnipresent beings, but these very, very capable beings who are all but all-powerful, all but omnipresent. They're able to be many, many places, not so much at once, but they're able to see into the future for outcomes and scenarios, not an exact science, but they're able to see iterations and all sorts of stuff like that. So we're exposed to gods, and gods are the antagonists. So, like, how do you defeat the gods?
With another god.
Exactly. But then
how do you beat that god? Another god.
No, like, you become the god. And that was the interesting part for me, because the idea is that... Oh, that was me. The idea is that they've got the beings, which the beings are a combination of the power, or the godly power, and an avatar. And that is how the power is able to sort
Not Sully.
Yeah, not Sully. How the power is able to exist and actually do what it needs to do. Without the avatar, it's just a power it can't really do. And with just the avatar, it's just an avatar. Or just a person, sorry. And so you get introduced to how that can happen with the main antagonist becoming, like, changing avatar, so to speak. And you're kind of like, oh, shit, right. That's a thing. And then it goes down the idea of getting the ultimate power and how that sort of progresses. So it got very big, and the closer to the end, I was kind of like, I've got no fucking idea how they're actually going to resolve this. And I know there's more books coming. So what the fuck is going to happen?
But it's a time jump between the next one.
There is a time jump, but even the fact that there's a time jump, it was heading in a direction where it was kind of like, everything's going to end. Like, why is there more books where this is heading in the direction of it's all going to fucking go tits up in a really bad way? It did, but in a really, really fucking well-written way.
Yeah.
Now, I won't say much more than that, because I know that you haven't read the last books, but
I will, yeah.
But you will, so I won't say what happens, but I think you'll understand what I'm trying to say. Like, it got really big, got otherworldly, all that sort of stuff. Like, we've got the Cosmere, so we know that there's other planets within the Cosmere. That started to be it started to become more relevant as the story went on and on.
Yeah, because I think the third book you find out that they're all from another planet.
End of the third book?
I think it's the end of the third book.
That's,
you find out they're all from the other planet. The people they've been fighting the whole time on the planes are actually the original inhabitants.
Yeah, because they're all the I want to say the Parchment, but it's not the Parchment.
Yeah, Parchment.
No, because I think Parchment are the slave version of the people. But anywho, it's them, but whatever. And the humans who have gone there are actually the Void Bringers. They were the ones who brought the Void. And then Odium, they brought Odium, who is the antagonist. The Odium is the god that I was talking about. Like, he's that god power. And Odium is the power. And then there's the Avatar, which is something else. So at the point in time when it came across, it was Odium and Rays. Rays was the carrier of Odium. And that goes along, shifts change and all that sort of stuff. And that's where, on the protagonist side, they start to learn that, hey, maybe these are things that we can utilize as well.
And then that's when Pokemon came into it.
Exactly. And Pikachu nails it.
Yeah. It's actually how Pikachu he came to be at the end of this. Like, the gods gave it their lives, and their essence spread across the world, and that's what they all turned into Pokemon.
Exactly.
And that's where Pokemon Red and Blue start.
Yeah. If you haven't read it, try to. It is
18
very
years later.
It is a slog. But it is a good slog. I enjoyed it.
If you're a Wheel of Time fan, you'll love this shit.
I haven't read...
Because it is very much... It's not like Wheel of Time.
Yeah.
It's just in that same vein and has that same feeling of Wheel of Time, which is like... Brendan Sanderson wrote the last two books of the Wheel of Time.
Yeah.
So they're very similar writers and very similar in the way they tell stories.
I'm going to be interested to read, because I will touch on some of it, or not touch on, but I will read some of his other books, like within the Cosmere.
At a point in time, the Mystic, what are they called?
I've gone blank on what they're called, but no, I haven't.
Oh, okay,
I haven't.
yeah.
So yeah, the Mistborn.
Mistborn, that's it.
Yeah, so I am going to read those because it's as I said, it's within the Cosmere. It's something else. Like, and again, they don't touch on he doesn't touch on the Mistborn within the book, but he alludes to those people.
Yeah.
Because knowing about the Mistborn and being within the Cosmere, you sort of listen about people within the book. You're like, oh, that's from there. Like that's where the sort of jump and interactions are. Highly recommend it. Gets very big, so to speak, because we're talking about gods. Like, it's very big from that regard. And we're not talking about like a Thor type god. We're talking much, much bigger than that. But it's done really, really well, in my opinion.
I've also been reading a new book. It's one that you and most people listening at home do not give a flying fuck about, so I'll just mention that I'm reading it, and I'm nearly done, and that is Save Us, which is the third book in the Max and Hall trilogy. It's good, clean trash. This one's very interesting.
Clean, is it?
No. It's trash. But this one's actually, I'm really enjoying this one. It's a lot better than the second book, in my opinion, and it's a lot more kind of happening.
Second season's coming out soon, isn't
Second
it?
season's out, done.
Okay.
So third season comes out this year, which is the end. So it finishes at the end of third book.
They'll do another one.
And I'm really enjoying it. It's a good book. But
Reading or listening?
Reading. Yeah, reading them. They're fucking easy. Like the first and second book, I smashed out in a day and a half.
Okay.
They're very easy to read. Not big books at all. And this one I've kind of pasted out because I've been doing other things. But yeah, so that's what I am currently reading. But I'm probably going to jump onto the Dungeon Carl books after that. And
give it a go.
Give them a read.
Really, really fun.
But yeah, so that is basically all that we have time for today, ladies and gentlemen. We apologize for this episode being a day late, but unfortunately I had to work last night when we would have recorded this until about 9 o'clock at night, so we didn't really have time to record when we normally would. But hopefully Zach will be back with us soon once he and his new family are all cozied in and living the life that us parents live and realizing it's fun. Sucker.
Best time of your life. Don't listen to him. It's fantastic.
Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe is the most important word there, guys. We'd like everyone to subscribe. Just, help us out and help us bring more awesome content to you like this stuff.
Subscribe, share, follow, jump in the Discord. We're on socials, Instagram, Facebook. Just go look for Frantic Nerdcast. If you want to jump in the Discord, there are links attached to our Facebook and our Instagram. We have chats about random shit in there as well. Some of it we bring to the podcast as well.
Yeah. So 5 more. This is episode 95. So we've got 5 more episodes left. The big 100.
Indeed.
Triple digits, baby. So we'll do something special for that. Probably put some party hats on or something. Maybe
we'll work something out.
Maybe if we're going extravagant, if we get a couple more subscribers, we might get some poppers.
Oh, poppers.
Yep.
Are we allowed poppers near the mics?
We'll risk it for the people.
All right, we'll risk
it for the people. And we've got other big things in the works that we're planning that we can't really tell you now, just in case they go tits up.
Yeah.
But we've got a couple of big things that we're planning on doing to help make the show better and bring more entertainment to you lovely people
Didn't
at home.
I just spend a massive fucking rant on about too much information?
You did.
And we did it anyway.
We're not giving information out. We're just saying we've got stuff coming.
Oh, such a
We're
teaser.
teasing.
Yeah, too much. Anyways.
We're just, showing a bit of the cleavage of Frantic Nerdcast. Not the whole nerd. Just a little bit of cleavage of the Frantic Nerdcast.
Fair enough.
That's right. Until next week, guys. We'll see you then.
Stay frantic.
Hey, guys. Thanks for listening to Frantic Nerdcast.
You can find all our latest news and information on Facebook or at franticnerdcast.com.
You can find us on Instagram at Frantic Nerdcast. Find AJ at Weird Art by AJ. Find Zach at Frantic Kaz and myself at Frantic Brock.
Please make sure to head over to our YouTube channel and subscribe for more YouTube-only content like Sequelize It and Plays Games.